This is where MAGA comes to talk. Welcome. Oh, man. So Michael Cohen blew the whole case, like every other witness, for the prosecution. And today was a doozy. I mean, I just wish we had cameras in the courtroom in this Trump trial. Could you imagine if we had cameras in the courtroom? Every single witness since this case started has done nothing but clear Donald Trump. And this scumbucket, Michael Cohen, today admitted to stealing $60,000 from President Trump, $60,000. And all the legal analysts on television have been talking about this today, of course, and they've been saying that what Michael Cohen confessed to on the stand today, stealing the $60,000, is a bigger crime than what this crooked judge and these crooked prosecutors are accusing Trump of. This is beautiful. We'll go through this. I've got some audio. Let's go through this first article. Look at this. It was self-help. Crooked Michael Cohen's bizarre justification for stealing $60,000 from Trump. This guy is a typical crook. He's got all kinds of justifications, right? He didn't do anything wrong. He just took it. It was self-help. Crooked Michael Cohen's bizarre justification for stealing $60,000 from Trump after he slashed his bonus, as bombshell testimony blows a major hole in prosecution. So in Michael Cohen's mind, he didn't steal any money from Donald Trump. He was just taking what he was owed because he got his bonus cut. So that was Michael Cohen's money. He was just taking it back. That's exactly how criminals think. Criminals don't think that they're stealing from you. They think you have their money. Oh, this is wonderful. It does not. Cohen the crook. I like that. Look at that. Cohen the crook. I'm starting to wonder, this Judge Mercan, this corrupt judge, is this a criminal trial of President Trump, or is this like a grand jury for Michael Cohen's indictment? Which one is it? Oh, man. Welcome to the stream. And as always, when I'm live streaming from one of my studios, I am taking live calls. If you're watching live, you can call me live on the stream. The number is pinned to the top of the chat, and it's a toll-free call. Let's go through this article, and then I've got some audio. The prosecution's star witness, Michael Cohen. Isn't that something? Star witness. Star witness for who? The defense? I hate to even say defense because President Trump's done no wrong. He wasn't even framed, really. This is just made-up crimes, and, to call him a defense is just, it just pains me to say that because it's so ridiculous. Cricket Williams, hello from North Alabama. Well, welcome, Cricket. Roll Tide, yep. Cohen the crook. Yeah, it has a good ring to it. Yeah, it does. Cohen the crook. The prosecution's star witness, scumbag Michael Cohen, back on the stand for his third day as the court waits with bated breath to find out whether Donald Trump could testify himself. CR, thanks for gifting that membership. And don't forget, those of you that are members of the channel, there is exclusive member content. I do videos exclusively for members, live streams quite often. And in fact, did one this morning just for members. And then over the weekend, I did a live stream for members only. So make sure you check that out. Why should President Trump testify at this point, right? All of the prosecution's witnesses have destroyed the prosecution's case and cleared Trump. Why should Trump get on the stand? Now, I know he said he would. He was open to it. And I know that the Trump-hating fake news media are going to kind of try to push him into testifying. But the case is going so well. Why should he do that? Cohen, he finally admitted under oath that he stole $60,000 from the Trump organization. Wow. Donald Trump was seen shaking his head as his former fixer made the revelation while saying he justified stealing as self-help after getting his bonus slash. See? The guy's completely criminally insane. He thinks that was his money. It wasn't Trump's money. He was just taking from Trump what was owed. You really, as this trial's been going on, I keep asking myself, what were these prosecutors thinking? Right? And they got nothing. These witnesses are pathetic. Pathetic. Cohen also dramatically revealed that he dealt with an apparent photo extortion blackmail attempt involving Tiffany Trump. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what he got a photograph of her doing some shots or something. Whatever. Explaining why he stole from the Trump Organization, Cohen said he was angered because his bonus had been cut. So I felt it was almost like self-help. He said he had personally laid out $130,000 for the Stormy Daniels hush money payment and then had his bonus reduced by 2/3. It was very upsetting to say the least, Michael Cohen said. Asked by Trump's lawyer if it was wrongful to then steal from Trump, Cohen said it was, but he did it anyway. Jeez. I mean, this guy's nuts. I mean, well, if you were the prosecuting attorneys, would you call this scumbag to the stand with all this crap? Okay, now, defense expert witness Brad Smith blasted campaign finance restrictions, which are a key element of the Trump indictment. Defense expert witness Bradley Smith will have to testify under a series of restraints after a decision this morning by the corrupt Judge Mercan. Mercan had taken the weekend to consider arguments by lawyers on both sides. I guess that means he has to check in with the people that are sending his daughter money, but opted to limit what the ex-FEC chairman could talk about to avoid a three-way battle of experts where prosecutors would bring their own witnesses. The judge would also provide jury instructions about matters related to campaign finance law. How about telling the jurors that these are federal crimes and this is a state court and that your courtroom has no jurisdiction over these federal crimes? How about instruct the jury to that? The corrupt judge ruled Smith can testify about the purpose and background of the FEC and relevant definitions from elections law. An expert is not permitted to present and interpret the law, Mercan said. Smith was a Bill Clinton nominee, there you go, whose name was put forward by Republicans in 2000. He's argued against campaign finance restriction. Okay. And now this section, what legal experts think about Michael Cohen's numerous lies as key witness admits to stealing $60,000 from the Trump Organization. You know, at this point, you know, if he's a thief and $60,000, that that's a lot of money. That's, that's not like some whiteout or something that he took home or some legal pads. He took $60,000. I mean, you could buy a car, you could do it. I mean, what could you do with $60,000? Michael Cohen admitted in a series of lies on the witness stand where he was testifying in the Trump hush money case. On Monday, Michael Cohen admitted to stealing $60,000 from the Trump Organization. And they asked the question, will it have an impact on the case? It's hard to tell, says one analyst. Are you kidding me? How could it not tell? Now, what I'm not clear on is the statute of limitations expired on that theft of the $60,000? Is it possible that he could be arrested, charged, and go to jail again for this theft? $60,000, that's a big theft. I mean, people rob banks and get much less than that, and they get like 20 years, right? And this whole thing about the $60,000 backs up what I was saying, that he was running a theft racket against Trump with these hush money payments. He set the whole thing up and was using that as a way to get more money from Trump. I don't understand why he is free. What's he going to say on TikTok today? I guess we'll find out. Alina Habba spoke today. She says, I don't know how many more holes they could possibly poke, Alina Habba told Fox News on the defense team's cross-examination of key witness Michael Cohen. We did a pretty good job, she said, of the defense team's efforts. Yeah, and there's Alina Habba. She's got Eric Trump behind her. And I saw that Alan Dershowitz was in the courtroom with the Trump team. Like, he was a part of the Trump team. And what I was wondering about that is this, because Alan Dershowitz is an appellate lawyer. That's what he's famous for, being an appeals lawyer. So do they have him around preparing the appeal to a real court as opposed to this one whose daughter's getting all these monies from the Democrats, and they have him there prepping that? When it comes to Trump testifying on his own behalf, Alina Habba did not commit to him taking the stand. She says, well, he's going to listen to his attorney, she said. We know he wants to testify. He is willing. He is able, she added. Alina Habba also claimed Trump, has nothing to hide. Well, that, of course, is very true. Multiple legal experts have warned that if Trump took the stand, it would open him up to a lengthy cross-examination by prosecutors who could bring up other legal battles. Absolutely. And the judge will let them do whatever it is they want. Now, this red tie thing has just freaked out the left. Only the left are allowed to show unity. And, this thing about the red tie, Republicans, for the most part, always wear red ties. So it's not that big of a difference that some Republicans are wearing red ties. But Democrats, remember that some of the Democrat women had this thing with hats a couple years ago. And then at the one State of the Union, a lot of those Democrat women were wearing those white outfits to show unity. Why is it so offensive when Republicans show unity? In fact, this thing with the red ties and the Republicans is probably, it's the only time I can remember where Republicans have showed any kind of unity like this. Do you know of any? I don't. One time Republicans, do something like this, and it's like the world's coming to an end, right? It's like they're wearing Confederate flags or Klan robes. I mean, they're really having big meltdowns over this. A group of Trump's allies flew in to stand with him and slam the ongoing hush money trial. Congressman Andrew Clyde of Georgia spoke to reporters in a park across the street from the court today. He was joined by South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson and others, all wearing bright red ties and blue suits. And I think this is really amazing. The whole red tie thing. And yeah, I mean, the left are just triggered by this. But the whole red tie thing, it shows you how Trump has unified the Republican Party. The Republican Party's never been unified. They really haven't. And certainly not around Trump. And the red tie and the Trump family taking over the RNC shows that the Republican establishment really has been totally defeated. They're still around, but they're really sidelined and have lost all their juice. And this is another part of the Trump miracle, that taking over the RNC, the unification of the Republican Party under him, under MAGA, and them wearing all these ties. And it's not just red ties, as someone said, Scarlett just said in the chat, it's red, white, and blue. Now, I know those colors in that order offend them, but that's true. Prosecutors would like to submit into evidence a photo of Trump with his aide, Keith Schiller, around the time Schiller reportedly updated Trump on the Stormy Daniels deal. What does that show? That they took a photo together or were together? How do you know what they were doing? It's a photograph. It's not some audio. Prosecutors want to introduce a photo of the two together just before 8 p.m. that day. Trump's attorney argues it's inadmissible because prosecutors did not follow rules of evidence, issuing a subpoena to C-SPAN as they did for other materials. But the prosecutor claims the photograph shows Schiller and Trump walking off, it says state, but I think that means stage. What are they? They're illiterate over here at the Daily Mail. At a rally at around 7:57 p.m. ahead of the 8:02 call in question. Judge Mercan says he believes the photograph is relevant, but is going to think about hearsay. Below's an unrelated image of them together. Okay, I don't quite get that. Whatever. Now the sketch artist, we don't really have sketch artists like we used to, but the sketch artist in the Trump case, this guy is barely an artist. I mean, this is like the worst sketch artist I've ever seen for a trial, isn't he? Sketch artists capture the scene inside the court where cameras are not allowed, although they should be. Donald Trump looked on as his lawyer quizzed Cohen under the watchful eye of the corrupt judge. Look at that judge. What a nasty-looking guy. Just before the lunch break, Trump's lawyer, asked Cohen about an embarrassing incident. It was his decision in December to submit fake cases to try and have his supervised release from the 2018 plea deal overturned, blah, blah, blah. It goes on. Listen, there's been nothing that's come out about Cohen on the stand that has done anything other than discredit this guy even further. How could you believe it? You can't even believe him when he tells you his name is Michael Cohen. Really. And then, of course, there's Alan Dershowitz, who's the most famous lawyer in America. That's right. Let's see. I was wondering who this guy was. I saw this guy walking out of court with them. He's the former leader of the Hells Angels. Among Trump's guests at court today is Chuck Zito. He helped found a New York chapter of the Hells Angels in the 80s. He left the Hells Angels to set out to become an actor. I guess they're saying he's part of the Bikers for Trump. Zito is pictured below at court and with Frank Stallone in Hollywood. That's Frank Stallone. Yeah, I guess that's Frank Stallone. Cohen said he's considering a bid for Congress. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. It would earn him more money if Trump is not convicted. Maybe. I guess he'd be more, he could drag it out a little while. Let's see here. The jury's looking tired. Not too much happening today after all that stuff. But I'll tell you this. If this jury comes back with anything but not guilty, if they come back guilty, they have, these people have to live with themselves. The thing about this country, what holds this country together is just a few small things. And what holds this country together more, I think, than anything is our justice system. And if the American people, that'd be you and me, lose faith in the justice system, where we've been following a trial day by day, the guy's clearly innocent, The guy, I remember, this is kind of embarrassing to tell you, but when O.J. first killed Ron and Nicole, I couldn't believe he did it. I just couldn't believe it. Now I was a lot younger then, but I couldn't believe it. I grew up with O.J. I was like, there's no way O.J. Simpson did this. And then as soon as the pre-trial started, they had this pre-trial hearing, and hold on, Carl, I'll be right with you. During the pre-trial hearing and the evidence came out, I was like, oh my goodness, of course he did it. And no matter how much you hate Donald Trump, how can you say that he's anything other than not guilty? And if this jury comes back with guilty, the American people, I think, will become very fearful of our justice system and how unfair it is. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hey. This is Joan, Tampa Bay, Valrico. How you doing?
Hey, Joan. What's up?
Well, they have a 3 or 4 time perjurer. Now he's a thief.
Yeah.
And they
an admitted thief.
Right. And an extortionist. And Alan Dershowitz, from the beginning of all this, said that this was BS.
Yes. Yep.
So why are they still in court?
Because the judge's daughter took the $10 million.
Well, that's another issue, too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if this was a real judge who wasn't corrupt, he would have declared a mistrial, dismissed all the charges, and done a bunch of other things. But he can't without permission. His daughter took the money.
This is not a trial. This
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. If people can't see this, I don't know.
They see it.
Stevie Wonder could see this. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't think Stevie Wonder's blind. Did you know that? If you go online, a lot of black celebrities that know Stevie Wonder say that he's not blind. Have any of you ever heard that? It's true.
No, I never heard that.
And that's true. Yeah, I've heard a lot of celebrities say that Stevie Wonder's not blind. People that know him, black celebrities that know him. I don't know.
Well, maybe he sees shadows, but that's blind.
Maybe he's legally blind.
Yeah. There's a difference. I'm legally blind in one eye. If I had to live on that eye, I would be legally blind. So
I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely very suspect. Wouldn't that be amazing if we found out Stevie Wonder was not blind?
Well, no, I've seen his, when he's been on TV, I've seen, he's got
What?
problems with his eyes.
What do you mean? He moves his head around and wears sunglasses. What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know. I've seen some things when he had the sunglasses off. He's got vision problems. He might not be like.
I'm wearing reading glasses. These are reading glasses, okay? So I have vision problems.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have vision in one eye that's not really that good because I've got cataract in it. But in my left eye, I was born basically legally blind. I mean,
yeah, but you're not. But you don't make a living being blind like. Anyway, hey, listen, I appreciate the call. All right, yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard that about Stevie Wonder. I've been hearing that for years. I don't know. Oh, I like that. Somebody just said the fixer just got fixed. That's exactly right. The fixer got fixed. Oh, my goodness. You want justice to be blind. Blinder than Stevie Wonder, if he's not blind. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you think or in the comments. Do you think Stevie Wonder's really blind? I mean, like, really blind. What do you guys think? He might have a big comeback. If people found out he was not blind, I don't know if he is or not, but if he wasn't blind, he could have maybe be a big news story. So CNN, I don't know what's been going on over at CNN, but they've actually been reporting like the truth over there. I mean, it's very strange to watch, but they've been reporting the truth. You've been watching CNN? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, IB. Hey, Brother Brian.
Hey, IB. What's up?
Good day. I think it's about 2 or 3 weeks ago I said Cohen went out of character when he mortgaged or played not just a regular mortgage. It could have been a home equity line of credit, which is something that you would do to get the mortgage in a quicker fashion because it's one of the mortgages can be in the shortest period of time to get. However, to find out that there is more deviance or more lies or more betrayal of his boss.
Well, he said that he stole now not only did he say he stole $60,000 from Trump, it sounded like it was news to the Trump family. Eric tweeted about it, and Trump was shaking his head. It's like they didn't know. It's like he confessed something that they didn't know, that he stole the $60,000.
Now, this is the only thing. Other than that, what I said a couple weeks ago, this is the only thing that I can think now. Who put them up to, after he dug that hole with him and Stormy Daniels, who put them up to this election fraud money situation? Who did they speak with to then have the country now in all of this dilemma? Who ignited, who sparked that flame? That's what I would like to know.
I don't know.
Who put the
you mean the
head?
I think it was Michael Cohen's idea. You mean the idea about Stormy Daniels trying to get money from Trump? I think that was Michael Cohen's idea.
No, what I mean is who got them to the level of bring it into a position where it'll become a case and going to court. Who convinces them of this?
George Soros told Bragg. George Soros told Bragg,
right,
and
like they were trying to bribe Marjorie Taylor Greene with that little subtle conversation.
Yeah,
I want to know who that person is that got them to this level. Now have the country.
I don't know. I mean, I just would like to. The person I'd really like to see brought to justice more than Michael Cohen is this corrupt Judge Mercan.
I would love to see that too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call, IB. A lot of people in the chat say that they don't think Stevie Wonder's blind. A couple said they do, but most people said they don't think he's blind. Yeah, I know. That's been going on for years. So CNN, they've actually been reporting real news, which is shocking. I'm not really sure what it's about. And this is CNN. They're talking about Michael Cohen admitting and confessing that he stole $60,000 from Trump.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating stuff, and I have to say I'm still kind of reeling from the revelation that Michael Cohen stole money from the Trump organization. And
well, I mean, what is Jake Tapper? What did Trump call Jake Tapper? I forgot. He had Trump over the weekend at one of his speeches came up with a really good. Oh yes, Oh, my wife just yelled from the other room. Fake tapper. Yeah, fake tapper. I like that. Fake tapper. Doesn't that fit? You like that? Fake tapper? That's a good one. But I don't know why fake tapper here is like shocked that Michael Cohen stole money from Trump. Why is that shocking?
No, it's fascinating stuff, and I have to say I'm still kind of reeling from the revelation that Michael Cohen stole money from the Trump organization, and that wasn't, at least to my knowledge, that the prosecution didn't get that out earlier.
Yeah, right. They blew their own case. Oh man, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Brent from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Brent, what's up?
Good. I haven't called you in a while, but it's good to hear from you, Brian Craig. But huge news about that Michael Cohen stole money from Trump. That should be a deal breaker for him to be not guilty.
Oh, yeah.
My only concern is like the judge and also the jury in New York. That's my only thing that I fear about that. But it should be a slam dunk. Hopefully he'll be not guilty, but it's looking really good for Trump. I live in Pennsylvania. We can definitely see more people are turning Trump's way. The inflation's really bad here. We have a gas tax in Pennsylvania. So things are looking really good, but I wanted to call, and hopefully that's going to change some people's minds because the whole case is based on the credibility.
Well, remember,
Michael Cohen,
every single witness that the prosecution has brought up has cleared Trump. They haven't had one witness that's come up and do anything but clear Trump of wrongdoing, and that is not an exaggeration. Going all the way back to the National Enquirer guy. I don't like to say his name all the time, 'cause I know a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But, come on. I mean, did they not interview or investigate these witnesses? What happened? How did this prosecution do such a bad job with witnesses?
And the fact that they did so, and CNN, that video that you're about to play, they said that Michael Cohen admitted to stealing. Now, either the prosecution knew that and kept that before they brought him to the witness stand, or Michael Cohen lied.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell the prosecution. That's going to be the interesting thing, but it blows the whole case.
Well, and the reason he admitted to it is he can't perjure himself on the stand. He could go to jail again. So he's got to tell the truth. I mean, you could ask
proof he did that. Yep.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. If this judge's daughter did not take the $10 million, do you think the judge would have dismissed this long ago?
I do. I think the problem is it's New York. That's New York City. That's the problem Trump has, is that he's too famous. And
too Republican.
There's not a lot of people. Well, and it's New York City. I mean, that's the problem.
Celebrities notoriously get away with crimes. I mean, OJ's not the only celebrity to get away with murder. Robert Blake was like a big has-been, and he got away with murdering his wife. And Alec Baldwin will probably get away with killing that cinematographer, too. But the difference between
Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein too.
Well, Harvey Weinstein got convicted, but that was a little different. But the difference between those celebrities and Trump is Trump's not guilty. They're all guilty. They all did it.
Right.
So there's a big difference
But
there.
it's starting to look more not guilty as the trial goes on. The other thing, that Wildwood rally, I had a couple friends there. Man, it was at least 100,000 people. Some of my friends went to that rally. So Trump, it's looking good for Trump. It's looking better and better for Trump. If he keeps on message, and those debates going to be interesting with Biden. It looks like it's going to be Trump and Biden, with Trump winning in November. So it's looking really good.
Absolutely. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. Yeah. All right, take care. Good to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right, take care. Thank you. And if you're watching live, you can call in. The number's toll-free, and the toll-free call-in number is pinned to the top of the chat. Now, if you would like to support my content, this is the most pro-Donald Trump MAGA place you'll find anywhere, on any platform. No one loves Trump more than me. I will never disagree with President Trump, and you'll never hear me criticize Trump. And I say that with pride. And, a lot of people tell me, you got to criticize him every once in a while, or you won't have any credibility. No. First off, he's done nothing that's worthy of criticism, and he's certainly done nothing I would ever disagree with. But this is the strongest pro-Trump place you'll find anywhere, right here on this channel. And if you would like to support my channel here on YouTube and all my content, the radio show, the podcast, the best way you can do that is to go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Father's Day's coming up, but you can buy stuff for yourself too, and you can use my promo code Kane at checkout on all the deals at mypillow.com. And look at this, the spring sale continues. Some of the most popular MyPillow products, just $25. The sandals and slippers. The MyPillow 2.0, which I sleep on, that has the temperature regulating technology. Buy one, get one free. And again, free shipping on all orders over $75. I mean, look at these deals that you have here. 50% off the My Coffee. The MyPillow mattress topper, which is one of my favorite MyPillow products, 50% off with my promo code Kane. The MyPillow 6-piece towel set. My wife and I, we have these towels. These towels are amazing. They're just $25. And, I've told you guys, there was one time all the towels were dirty. All I had was the little washcloth. I got out of the shower. I dried my hair and my entire body off with just the washcloth. That's how good these towels are. And my hair and body were completely dry just from the washcloth. That's how good the MyPillow towels are. They come in all those colors and just $25. But, there's over 200 items at mypillow.com, and you can use my promo code Kane, Kane, on all of them. The pet beds, the beach towels, there's hundreds. You can even use it in Mike Lindell's My Store. So if you'd like to support my content, best way to do that, go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Kane, Kane, at checkout at mypillow.com. All right, so let's get back to this. CNN actually reporting the news, which is very unusual, right? That's right, fake tapper here. And, of course, the girl with no lips here, remember her next to Tapper? She did that town hall with Trump, and Trump just kicked her butt. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating stuff, and I have to say I'm still kind of reeling from the revelation that Michael Cohen stole money from the Trump organization, and that wasn't, at least to my knowledge, that the prosecution didn't get that out earlier.
It's really amazing to me. A couple things here. Everyone around Trump's a criminal except the one in their mind, except the guy that really is, Michael Cohen. But what's happened here is with Jake Tapper, fake Tapper, what has him deflated is that the prosecution didn't do their research. They called this guy to the stand.
Because it's not as though the prosecution is going to be helped by further evidence that Michael Cohen is a shady character. I'll get to the newest stuff in a second, but what's your reaction to that news? Because that was just kind of stunning.
They're like, how the freak did this happen? Right? With all this lawfare, going on, they thought when they got the mugshot in Fannie's corrupt Fulton County, they thought when they got the mugshot that we were all going to jump off the Trump train and get behind DeSantis or something. So, there, and as I always point out, these never Trumpers like fake Tapper here, they're always like the next thing. Okay, that didn't work. We got this next thing. And Michael Cohen's the next thing. They're running out of next things. And maybe the reason that the prosecution has such piss poor witnesses and everything is they thought we would have dropped Trump after the mugshot, and they really never thought they'd get to this point. I don't know. This is nuts.
What's your reaction to that news? Because that was just kind of stunning.
I'm shocked that we are hearing it for the first time on day 3 of cross-examination of Michael Cohen, that the prosecution did not take the sting out, did not front it, because it goes to the heart of the actual case. It's not just about establishing him as a liar. They've done that. The prosecution fronted that. We knew that. He has convictions. But going to the heart of what you were telling your employer about what money you were owed and the extent of it, we're talking about $420,000. We've already seen the payment structure here.
Right, this isn't like $15.
It's not $15. And if you go to the tablet, you can break down what was already known. We've known about what the breakdown of the money is. $130,000 to Daniels and her attorney. You've got $50,000 that's Redfin. This is important here. This was mentioned today, that he only gave Redfin $20,000, and he handed it to them in a brown paper bag, by the way, just thinking about how odd that is.
And just one quick note, Redfinch is this political organization that apparently, according to Michael Cohen, helped them goose these bogus internet polls about which candidate is in the lead, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, like the CNN polls are accurate and not goosed up, where they oversample, overpoll Democrats.
And also, according to Lanny Davis, provided adoring fans for Trump's announcement of his candidacy.
Are you kidding me? You know, how many Trump rallies have you been to? I've been to more Trump events than I can remember. And no one's bussed in. People just show up and drive themselves there. And the reason they keep projecting this BS that the rally goers are fake, they try to push this in New Jersey, is because that's what Democrats do. So they just assume that Trump does it. Trump doesn't have to. He's really got the love of the people.
June 2015. Sorry.
Really important point to add why this is. They only got 20,000 of it.
And even though the bill was for
$50,000, and you have $180,000, which is again the double of these two combinations, and then a bonus for Cohen. Remember, all that we have so far to link Donald Trump to these payments, in part, is the statement that "quote unquote" he approved it. We also know we have information about where the checks were, how it was signed. But remember, McConney, that was one of the comptrollers of the Trump organization, taking notes from Alan Weisselberg about the money payment. So this is part of what we're talking about. Why this is so important here is because the heart of the matter is that Donald Trump was complicit, caused to have this happen, and knew about the money that was going. And why? If they can establish Michael Cohen.
Well, right now she's just making crap up. What she went through there, that was the allegation, and that's what the prosecutors said that they were going to prove, but they've not done it. These are just things that they've said that they've not been able to prove, with witness after witness coming forward, and that means that they have lost the case. She's taking the promises of the prosecution that they've not been able to prove as having been entered into evidence. Oh, this is amazing. And I'll tell you, of course, we all knew that Trump did no wrong, did no crime, is a completely innocent man. We all knew that. But there's no way anyone, I bet you Trump is like, I can't believe how piss poor these witnesses are. I just can't believe it. Every prosecution witness clears me. Every prosecution witness backs up my thing. I bet you even Trump is shocked at this. This case. It's beautiful. And I tell you, when Trump's team, with Alan Dershowitz and all the rest, walked out of court today for a break, they were walking like rock stars. It looked like a scene out of a Bruckheimer movie when they were walking in that crappy courthouse. This is MSNBC and a little bit of their analysis today.
Just in the last few minutes, in that Michael Cohen was caught in cross-examination. They asked him about a transaction with another company where he admitted to stealing cash from the
This is the star witness for the prosecution.
Trump organization. Now, throughout this trial, consider this. The prosecution has painted Michael Cohen as sort of this bumbling, pathetic character whose only sins were his misguided, undying loyalty to Donald Trump. Did you lie to Congress? Yes, I did, but I did it because I was in the sway of the Svengali hold of Donald Trump. But now you see something a little different. Now there's an argument to be made that actually you're just an opportunistic thief.
Yeah, exactly. You're just an opportunity. You know, if he's under the mind control of Donald Trump, how did he steal $60,000 from Donald Trump? Right? Exactly. Right? You're either under the mind control of Donald Trump or you're not. And if you're under mind control, you don't steal the $60,000 because you can't. You're under his control.
Because I was in the sway of the Svengali hold of Donald Trump. But now you see something a little different. Now there's an argument to be made that actually you're just an opportunistic thief. You literally pocketed money from your employer. And as an attorney, the idea, first of all, of paying in bags of cash is, look, defense attorneys, I do not like to accept cash.
Notice he didn't say that he doesn't accept cash. He says he doesn't like to accept it.
Frankly, I refuse to accept cash.
Oh, now he says he refuses, frankly. He didn't say that in the beginning. You know, criminal attorneys are dealing with criminals, so criminal attorneys sometimes pay in cash.
Only asking for trouble. But dealing in these sandwich bags of cash, these brown paper bags of cash, to pay people is already problematic. But the idea that he would just grab a wad of cash and stick it in his pocket, I think has moved Michael Cohen from this figure where he's part Tom Hagen from The Godfather, but really more like Fredo Corleone, to now this guy who's just a thief. Again, I bet that comes up in closing.
You know, I saw I saw someone last week say, there's Alan Dershowitz type of lawyers and there's Better Call Saul type lawyers. And Michael Cohen's a Better Call Saul type lawyer. And that's true. I mean, what's fun about watching the media about this today is they're like shocked that Michael Cohen is a thief, right? He stole the $60,000. I'm not shocked by it. Are you shocked by it? Of course not. And could you imagine how much he's really stolen? I mean, that's just what we know about in this one transaction. He's probably spent many years stealing from Donald Trump. And when they get the real number, then, well, I wonder if Trump, because we don't know, I haven't heard any of these people talk about are the statute of limitations up on this $60,000 theft? And can the Trump organization go after him, if not criminally, civilly, for this? Let's go over to Fox.
George W. Bush. He's also a Fox News contributor. I have two questions for you, one on the case and one on politics. The first one is about Michael Cohen and his credibility and what the jury has heard and seen. And one of the things was today, on cross-examination, he was asked about taking $60,000 from the Trump organization for work he did not do.
For work he did not do. Dana Perino, you know what I'd love to hear is the conversation she has with the Bushes today. Because she's in with the Bushes. She's talking to the Bushes, and they're like, oh, my goodness. We thought we got rid of this guy. Now Michael Cohen admitted he stole $60,000 from him.
Then you also believe he isn't a fixer. He's a grifter. And how do you think...
Shocking. He's not a fixer. He's a grifter. They got all these names now.
The jury takes that.
Well, I mean, he's a serial perjurer who's lied at probably every place that you could lie. He's lied. And when he was caught in a lie on the stand, he's with this 96-second phone call where he claimed it was about the hush money payment, and it's been proven that he was talking about a 14-year-old who was stalking him. He said, "Well, I believe I was telling." He said it was both. That he was in 96 seconds. He discussed both of them. He says, "I believe I was telling the truth. I believe I was telling the truth." If you're telling the truth, you say, "I was telling the truth." You don't say, "I believe I was telling the truth."
See, that's a legal way. If you say you believe, you thought, you're not really lying. You may be lying, but it's kind of like an excuse. Well, I thought I was telling the truth, so that means you weren't lying. But I got news for you. This case has more than just fallen apart. This case is in the worst possible position you could ever imagine it being in. I want to show you something else here, because this is pretty important stuff. Hold on, I got to scroll down to find this. All the stuff I talk about, all my show prep, everything I talk about on YouTube, on the radio show, my podcast, I tweet all the stories. And remember Rush had his stack of stuff? My stack of stuff is all on my Twitter, Brian Craig Show on Twitter, if you follow me there. Now, this here, I went over this over the weekend, and I also went over this a little bit this morning, but Laura Loomer broke this story about the Democrats sending money directly to the judge's daughter's house. And I tweeted this. It's from Laura Loomer. It's very long. She has the documents from the FEC filings. This judge, while we don't, like, the statute of limitations may be up for Michael Cohen, they're not up on the judge. Okay? And the Democrat that Goldman, who's the New York Democrat congressman that rehearsed the testimony with Michael Cohen, Laura Loomer has the FEC documents, Federal Election Commission documents, that show that he's been sending payments to the daughter's company directly to her home. And he's been misspelling the name of the company. So if you did a search for the company on FEC records, it wouldn't immediately come up to try to conceal the payments on FEC records. And why is he sending checks directly to the judge's daughter's house? This is the judge in the New York case. It looks like bribery. We don't know. But why are they sending money? And Loomer also broke that the daughter doesn't just work for this company. She's one of the owners. She's a partner, an equity partner. So they've raised, I think Trump said today, was it like 98 million or something? 96, 98 million. The daughter has raised from Democrats on the promise of putting Trump in jail. And since she's an owner of that company, a partner of that company, that means she's getting a big commission on that, on top of the $10 million. That's on top of the $10 million, I believe. So I guess she's raised $100 million in one way, shape, or form. The $10 million was directly from the Biden, Harris, and Adam Schiff campaigns. The rest is from a lot of other Democrats. And Laura Loomer has just done amazing reporting on this. She has all the records. And it still has not made its way to the mainstream media. And everyone in the mainstream media know about this story. Okay? This story is not a hidden story. It's not a mystery. Everyone knows about it. And I'll tell you something. When this case is over, these things are going to be looked at. They really are going to be looked at. And if this judge and his daughter were doing things inappropriately, there will be justice here. He will be arrested. It may be federal crimes. You know, even though it's a local case, because it involves a presidential election, it's quite possible that the judge is committing federal crimes, I would guess. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know about such things. I just keep getting notification after notification about Michael Cohen confessing that he stole $60,000 from Trump. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yes, we know. By the way, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I live stream every day, always taking live calls. And I also upload my podcast here and a whole bunch of other things too, vlogs and all kinds of things. But this judge could be involved in some very hardcore, serious federal crimes. And these things are going to be investigated, and they should. Now, the media and the Uniparty will call it revenge. It's not revenge, it's justice. You know, there's a lot of criminal activity going on with these lawfare cases, far beyond just Fannie and Fulton County. And when Trump's back in power, the protections that these criminals that are misusing their offices and their powers, the people protecting them are not going to be in power because Trump's going to be back in power. And probably, you know, everyone talks about the importance of Trump's vice presidential pick, and that certainly is important. But I think his most important pick will be who his attorney general is, because Trump's attorney general is going to be the one who's in charge of looking into this. And I don't want to see these endless special counsels that take 5 years to come back with something, okay? I mean, these crimes are pretty clear-cut, and they should be just handled by Department of Justice attorneys in the different districts of the country. And, you know, and Jack Smith and all of them. I mean, this is in this Caligula that came from the Justice Department to go work at Bragg's office on this prosecution team. All these people have been involved in all kinds of criminal activity. And it very well will end up in a lot of arrest and a lot of jail sentences, and it should, because we need to have a justice system that we can trust. If this lawfare is allowed to go unpunished without justice when Trump's back, this will be the new normal in political campaigns, and it'll start happening at local levels too, not just at this level. And that's the way it is. I mean, this is some hardcore stuff. Now, again, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And everyone who's already subscribed, please do me the favor of liking the video. That helps me out a lot. And, of course, don't forget, go to MyPillow.com, use my promo code Kane at checkout, and load up. And remember, when you use my promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com, you are supporting all of my content, and it helps keep my channel and show going. So promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. My name is Brian Craig. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.